I grew up in Seattle, Washington. I graduated when I was 17 and joined the United States Navy. I was stationed at Pearl Harbor for 2 years. That was cool. When I left the Navy, I had a friend, really good old friend of mine, and I called him up and he worked for Carnival. And that started a thing that lasted for almost 18 years. In 2017, I was up inspecting the top of this ride for the Wisconsin State Fair, and I had a harness and a lanyard. The lanyard wasn't hooked up because I was translating from one side to the other, and there's a hydraulic ram that had leaked some hydraulic fluid on the steel. And as I stepped on it, I slipped.
Medic runner, medic run.
Pivoted me onto my chest onto the concrete and broke all my ribs, punctured my lung, broke my arm, and I spent 18 days in the ICU over that. And then they sent me a bill for $7,000. I just started burning through my savings. I ended up going from a safety inspector to living in my car, and that went on for about 4 years. It's hard to avoid the things that can really get you down out there when you're living in your car. You know, there's not a lot of hope in that stuff, you know. There's not a lot of showering in cars. There's not a lot of cooking. There's not a lot of doing laundry. There's not a lot of that kind of stuff at all. I got some problems with my health and stuff like that, so it's like I was convinced that I was going to die in my car and nobody was going to find me. That's kind of hell. That's hard on you. I worked so hard, you know. All my life I worked so hard just to end up like that, you know. Council for the Homeless kind of gave me back my dignity. I first heard about Council for the Homeless because I found out that you could call up and get a motel voucher. Things started working out. I was ecstatic about that. I just thought that was the best thing in the world.
Paul came back home to Washington after his accident. Paul called the housing hotline and was placed on the Built for Zero Veterans by Name list. Council and Built for Zero partners came together to help Paul. My coworker Jeanette and I helped Paul with his urgent needs as far as gas, clothing, medical care, just so he wouldn't fall through the cracks. And we were able to help to get Paul into his apartment.
There's a lot of people out there with a lot of good in their hearts. Basically, Scott from the Council for the Homeless saved my life. If it wasn't for Scott, I'd still be living in my car or be dead. Now that I have this place, I'm always clean, and I always have clean clothes. It's comfy. I like it. The Council for the Homeless facilitated that. Being creative is important to me because I get enjoyment out of it. And you know, one of the things in life that's really important if you want to have a well-balanced life is joy. And most of my art's kind of abstract. You can look at this thing and it grabs you first, you know, because of all the color in it, and then you start seeing little things, you know, like an eye or a fox or something like that, you know, and that's one of the things that I really love to do. That's the other thing I just love to do is take pictures. A lot of the pictures I take are of contrasts. I'm a firm believer in outer stimulus. The colors, I mean, yeah, absolutely cool.
Paul is a good man, and he's been through a lot, and it was an honor to help Paul.
There's a lot of people out there that need Council for the Homeless, and the ones that really do need it are the ones that are out there on the streets right now because it's getting worse. I always try to be honorable and tell the truth and follow through. And I've had a long life, I had a good life. I'm 63 years old, so you know, that's kind of getting towards the end of it. And so like, I think that I think that your heaven is what you feel when you're going out about the way you lived your life. I think I still got some stuff to do.